missing it. These niggas, they missing it. Stop with that renting shit. Go to the dealership, Tyler been getting it. These niggas, they missing it. These niggas, they missing it. Stop with that renting shit.
What's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming out. We got Kai here.
Yep.
How you doing? How your day doing so far?
Going pretty good. Trying to stay dry.
Trying to stay dry? I hear you. So how was your summer?
My summer's been interesting. I drove to LA, drove back from LA. I did a lot this summer.
Okay. So the LA trip, was it music related or just leisure?
No, it was. I was supposed to be moving out there, and some shit fell through. So, I mean, hey, I did what I had to do, came back. So, but yeah, it was supposed to be for music, music and a job, but shit happens.
Yeah, we still grinding though.
All day.
Yeah. So first off, let's start off with, I guess your alias. Love Astronaut?
Yeah.
Where did that come about? How did you get that?
So, I've wanted to be an astronaut since I was 3.
Yeah.
I'm a military vet, Air Force, so going in the Air Force was as close as I got. But I've just always had a fascination with astronomy and just space, all types of different sciences, but mostly space science. And yeah, that's kind of how that came along.
Okay. So do you believe in like astrology and the signs? And
I feel like they definitely play a role. Yeah, I feel like they play a role, but I'm not like too big on them, but I feel like it definitely ties into astronomy and astrology together.
Yeah, facts. So let's just start off. So how long you been rapping? I know, I think last time I spoke to you, you said you've been rapping for a minute, so just tell people out there, how long you've been doing it.
I've been rapping since I was 13. I'm 28 now. Okay. So, what's that, 15 years?
Something like that.
I've been rapping for a minute. I started taking it seriously when I was about 19. So for almost the last 10 years, that's when I actually started dropping music, mixtapes, stuff like that.
So what got you into rapping at 13?
Honestly, I always wrote poetry, so I started that at about 11. But I was in middle school, 8th grade. Shout out my friend Kenzie, living in Tasker. But they used to have me rap or freestyle about what we had for lunch, and it started out as a joke. And then next thing you know, I was just like, damn, I already was rhyming like with my poetry, but I was like, shit, I can really do this.
So you started freestyling on lunch?
Yeah. Typical hip hop shit.
At the lunch table?
Right.
Okay, so you started rapping, you started writing poetry at a young age. You said you started taking it seriously when you were 19?
Yeah.
So what made you start to, take it seriously? Did you see that you actually had, potential with it?
Actually, yeah, that was exactly what it was. I've always just been a lover of music, all types of genres, things like that, but when I really realized I was actually in the military. I was at my first duty station, and a couple of the people in the dorms, they was like, they got wind that I, rapped, and I was like, all right, I'll come through a session. Just the smallest little setup ever, like a mic over in the corner of a little dorm room. Like, it was like 10 people packed in there, and they let me get on, and it was like, oh shit, and I was like, damn, I could really do this shit. So from that point on, I started like working on my very first mixtape.
Okay. All right, so just take a step back. So, where did you grow up in the DMV? I
grew up in Lanham, Maryland, PG County girl.
PG County, Lanham, Maryland. So for the people out there who aren't familiar with the whole area, it's kind of confusing to a lot of people.
Right.
How would you describe it, the DMV as a whole?
A lot of head assness. Just, I don't know. That's like so hard to describe. It's like we kind of have our own style and culture. Yeah. So it's like you don't get it unless you get it. But I think it's like a perfect blend of city and kind of like southern in a way. I used to get a lot of people tell me like, you sound country, and I'd be like, I'm not from the damn country. But we kind of are like right there, kind of on that line. So I think it's like the perfect blend of city and country. Yeah, a lot of people say the accent sound like, like down south mixed with like New York or something. I don't hear the New York, but me neither. I hear the country shit though.
Yeah.
I could hear that.
So you said at 18 you joined the Air Force. What led you, to that decision?
Honestly, my dad, he just was talking shit one day. He said he felt like I couldn't do it, and I don't like people telling me I can't do something. I mean, plus I didn't really know what I wanted to do as far as like, taking that next step after high school. So I just said F it, and I did it.
You said, okay.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
That was pretty crazy. It was, I liked my bass. It was cool. But I did do a tour in Iraq in 2011. So that was definitely an interesting experience. I'm already a humble person, but that was extremely humbling. Like kind of seeing how they live over there and, what they go through versus all the different things that we have.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're in the Air Force, were you still rhyming, still practicing?
Oh yeah, I dropped my first 2 mixtapes in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I was still getting it. That was part of the reason why I did my 4 years and left. Like I never really conformed, I guess.
Yeah.
That was kind of difficult for me. So I was just still, moving and shaking, just doing everything that I wanted to do. But I put out 2 mixtapes when I was in the military.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the reception for the first one? The first mixtape you dropped?
The first one I dropped, we didn't have, well, shit, what was that? That was 2011. So I think IG might have been out, but I didn't have one yet.
Yeah, it was very early.
Yeah, so I didn't have one yet. Like I've always been that person that it take me forever to like get the new social media. So I was like, kind of posting shit on Facebook and stuff like that, and people were like, "Hold up, wait, you rap?" Like, because the only people that knew that I rap even a little bit was like people from middle school. So I went middle school, like I didn't do no rhyming in high school, nothing. I did theater, played basketball, stuff like that. But we had a beat club at Duval, but I didn't join. I was still really shy. So when I put that out, everybody was like, "Oh shit, like you nice," and I was just like, "Damn, for real." So that was cool. I feel like it was received well.
So you said you was really, really shy. What got you to break out of your shell and actually, I guess put yourself out there as a rapper? Was that an easy process for you being a shy person?
No, that was a little bit difficult. I think like once I joined the military, I was just like, it was just like a different vibe. I became an adult and just started really thinking about the things that I want to do. But I think it was probably being in the service that made me realize, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, like do this music thing. I tell people like it'll help you do 2 things: either figure out, okay, I can make a career, or damn, I really don't want to do this, what am I going to do now? So I feel like that was kind of like that fire up under me. But I did theater in high school. That kind of helped, with my shyness and things like that. But I just literally was just like, once I went into that one session, it just made me feel so good. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of artists can probably say like, dang, my first time in the studio, like it just make you feel
just a feeling.
Yeah, it's just like a whole vibe.
Yeah. So you did the Air Force thing.
Yeah.
So what happened after the Air Force? After you dropped the 2 mixtapes, you started to get a little buzz. What was the next step for you?
So after that, I got out, and that was a difficult transition. Just kind of like dealing with military life and then coming home, and it's like, damn, I gotta find a job and things like that. But I literally, when I came home, I just kind of hit the ground running. Like I got a job, but I was putting out another mixtape. Once 2014 came around, I dropped my 4th one. So I was just constantly dropping visuals. Between like 2012 and 2014, I had put out a lot of visuals.
For the people who haven't heard your music, describe your style a little bit. So what do what you rap about?
Well, I rap about everything, but it's mostly whatever I feel. You got some artists where they just write all day, and then when they get a beat, it kind of just, they see what fits. I'm different. I like to have the beat first because I just wanted to make me feel something. So I just base it off of that. But I say I'm probably the perfect blend of sassy and savage. Like I used to be a serious tomboy, but you get older, become a woman, and I just was able to find that balance and what worked for me. So I think that would probably like describe me best. I'm just a cool girl, like somebody that could, one of the guys for the most part.
Can you still freestyle when you record, or?
No, so I'm definitely a writer. I can freestyle, but it usually doesn't have much substance. And I'm not afraid to, to say that. Like, I can freestyle and it'll rhyme, but it's like, if it's gonna have some substance and be worthwhile, I'm writing all day long. So I'm a writer, not a freestyler at all.
So growing up, what type of music did you listen to, and who do you think was most influential for your style right now?
So growing up, I listened to everything. One of my favorite movies is Grease. So we know the type of music that's in that, but I get that from my mom and my dad. I love oldies, like Motown type oldies, neo soul. I listen to electronic music, dance music, but probably the most influence artistry wise, I would have to say I love Missy Elliott. Yeah, like
she dope.
That's kind of what I'm working on as far as like visually what I want people to take from me, because I don't want to just be like one of those rappers, you just on stage and you just rapping. Like, I want to entertain. So I've always known I want to be an entertainer, not just a rapper. But I would say, because I do have male influences too, I would say male wise definitely Nas, Jay, Biggie, classics. That's because like I actually like to spit.
So who you listening to right now? Are you listening to any other rappers from the DMV?
Yeah, I'm definitely let me see. Shoot, rapper wise, definitely listening to Young E-Class right now. Yeah, shout out to whole Mobbish. Who else am I listening to?
There's definitely a lot of talent out there. There's so many rappers.
Bender Pullum. He's nice. I fuck with him. A bunch of them. It's a bunch, but to be honest, I don't, and it's crazy, I don't listen to rap that often. Like, most of my music, I like smooth shit. Even when I be riding, I like riding the smooth shit, like nostalgic type sound of music. I don't know why, like, that's just what put me in a vibe. Yeah.
So, what do you think about the DMV music scene right now? How you liking it as far as all the opportunities and rappers and different eyes we have on the area right now?
Well, right now I think it's crazy in a good way. Like, I feel like we're kind of breaking the cycle. I feel like before, or some years back, you didn't really have artists that were reaching back. Like, they would get on or get to a certain level, and then they didn't really like reach back to try to mold or bring some of those other or kind of younger artists along too, to kind of help them out. I feel like that's changing. I think the DMV music scene is definitely like building, I guess, like its own name for itself, its own sound. So I think we're going in the right direction. I do feel like it's probably still a lot of work to be done though, like to be considered amongst the elite, or like having an area kind of dominate, I guess, like in hip hop culture. But I do think we're doing really good. I think
we still finding out our sound right now. We're trying to see where we fit in with all this. So what's some of your biggest accomplishments, as far as music, that you say that have you met so far? Or what's some of your goals going forward?
Well, a few of my, I guess I wouldn't call them like big accomplishments, at least not to me, but I opened up for Keef out in Hollywood before. That was fun. That was a couple years ago.
What was that story like?
Well, I mean, crowd LA, like, the vibe is dope. He's an interesting individual.
How so?
I mean, like, I guess I ain't never been around somebody that just smoke so much. I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I guess it's just like, it's kind of hard to have a conversation with somebody like that. It wasn't much talking, I'll just say that.
Mumbling?
Yeah, a whole lot of that shit. That's not really my speed, so I was kind of like, okay, nice to meet you too. And then, I've had shows out in San Francisco. Shout out to Oasis Nightclub and Dave and Swagger Like Us. That's a nice group of people that like really put me on with some stuff out there. They got a nice music scene out of San Fran. And yeah, I would say other than that, just being able to grow with like, because I've dropped 5 projects so far. So just being able to grow with those and just develop as an artist. So I would say that's an accomplishment for me in itself.
Yeah,
and I guess as far as goals, I definitely want to work on an EP soon. I just recently was able to finally get my music on all the major platforms, so I was like real excited about that shit. Cause it's like one thing to have your shit on SoundCloud, spin real. It's like alright, cool, but it's like once you get it on, you're like, damn, my shit on Google Play. Like I don't know, it just give you a whole nother feeling, make you feel good.
Yeah. So do you still remember your first performance?
I remember one of my first ones. Okay. My very first one. Actually, oh my gosh, no, I do. I was at Dale State. Yep, because I was stationed in Dover, Delaware, and I performed at Dale State. They had like a open mic kind of talent show type thing. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Okay. How's your performance, changed over the years? And how has your music changed over the years?
Well, back then, that was even pre-first mixtape. Yeah. So I don't know what I was doing. Like I did good on stage, but like I wore heels. That's not really my style. Like I wear heels, but when I perform, like last couple of years, people know me. I'm on tables. I'm in the crowd with it. Like I like that turned up type shit. Yeah. So you won't ever see me wearing heels at a show. This is not gonna happen.
So what do you think I guess being a female rapper, what are some of the challenges that you face as far as trying to network and try to build your brand?
I think the biggest one is probably like people that say that they want to work with you, but they want other stuff.
Oh, they're trying to go smack a little.
Yeah. Now me personally, I'm like, it's not that I feel like, oh, can't nobody talk to me. It's not that. It's just like, just be upfront. I'm either say yes or no. Yeah. Most likely no, but it's just like, at least shoot your shot, it's, hey, shoot your shot. So that's the only thing that probably bothers me. It's like, and then I guess being a woman, you tell somebody what your price is because everybody should know their worth, and it's like, you don't hear from them again. Because most times I find that they just kind of expect you to, I guess, do stuff for free because it's like you're a female, they know you're trying to get on. Either that or, like you kind of said before, they really low-key trying to go smack. They really don't want to pay for my verse. They just wanted to use that, I guess, as an opportunity to try to speak to me. Damn. So that's been like the biggest thing.
That's tragic. That's some bad stuff.
But I don't really run into that a lot. I think like from jump, I just always kind of set the tone like, I'm not really like with the foolishness. I'll be like, I don't want to have to, hit you with none of my, like, put you in the L, hit you with no military tactics. Like, I feel like if you carry yourself as a woman, just like you about your business, if anything, people probably gonna be scared to try to come at you in that way. Cause they like, shit, she might black my eye or something. I don't want to mess with her.
So what keeps you, motivated as far as rapping? Like you said, you've been doing it for 16 years. You pursued it. Yeah. In the military, now outside the military.
Right.
You dropping the EPs, or you trying to drop the EP. What keeps you motivated in the whole process?
Honestly, it's the people around me. There are a lot of days where I just wake up and I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. Just whether it be the music or just life in general. We all have our hardships, different struggles, but I have some really good people in my life that kind of just keep me motivated, help me to, think about all the good things that I've already done. Because sometimes, when you want something that's so big, it's so bad, you tend to look at some of the stuff you've done like, man, like I'm not moving for real, or I should be further along in this or that. So I just I really do like lean on them, and then of course God, to just kind of keep me motivated. But I would say the biggest thing has to be that I feel like if you waking up every day, it don't matter if you're going to your job or whatever, and all you could think about is the music, it's just like, I just know that that's just what I'm supposed to be doing. And because I'm choosing to carry myself, hold on to my morals and, values, because I have a daughter, I already knew it was gonna be a little longer for me.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Okay.
Cause I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, facts though. Who do you say your biggest supporters are?
My biggest supporters, I would have to say my daughter. Yeah, she in here right now taking behind the scenes pictures. And my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom for sure, cause like people be catching her under my comments, like my little thing basically when I'm spitting, I be like, yeah, and she'll put that like under my pictures. Like if I post some new shit, she'll be
So
like,
she
yeah,
like
nah, she's definitely in the Astro gang.
Yeah. So what do you have planned? What more music can we expect? I know you just dropped the 2 singles.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that doing? How are people liking that?
Good. Like when I was coming over here, people were like sending me stuff through the DM, like posting it, quoting my lyrics, talking about that's a whole mood. So that was a good feeling. I never really like had that opportunity before.
So what's your writing process? When you're in the studio, and who's some of your I guess supporters when you're in there helping you write? Well, not helping you write, but kind of helping you fix everything together.
Yeah, we gotta make sure
yeah.
I write all my own shit. That is a necessity if you're gonna be in this hip hop game. Write your own shit, and we could keep that.
Okay.
So I don't do a lot of writing in the studio. We got a ball on a budget. Like when you go in the studio, you ain't got time to be wasting all that time writing. Even though I could write a verse in 20 minutes, but I write when I'm at home. And my daughter, she comes to most of my sessions with me, Nova. She's been coming to the studio since she was 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. So what do you think, your biggest record is so far, your favorite record that people always talking about or people always quoting?
Well, my favorite record is not even out yet, so look out for that. But yeah, my favorite record, I haven't put it out yet, and I would say there's 2 right now. That Dash joint that I dropped, people been quoting a lot of lyrics from that, and then that Fifi cover I did, people been quoting a lot of lyrics from that too. So both of those seem to be summertime mood for everybody.
Yeah. So are people surprised when they first meet you and they hear you rap and they actually hear your bars and like, oh damn, so you can rap?
Yeah, cause I don't know, like I have a lot of tattoos. I mean, you can't really see them right now, but people, they look at me and they're like, okay, you look like you do something, or you just real artsy. But I'm like really sweet, I'm not sweet for it though, but I'm a very nice person. Kind of soft spoken a little bit, and then it's like when I get a mic in my hand, I'm just savage. Yeah, it's just a little light bulb go off, and I just turn into a whole nother beast.
So moving forward, what do you got for the future? What can we expect? What more music, features, anything? Any shows coming up? What you got going on?
Definitely be on the lookout for some features, with me and some other artists. Be on the lookout for an EP coming soon. Definitely singles dropping. I'm pretty much known now for dropping visuals with just about every song, so I'm trying to keep that same energy and momentum. So definitely look out for visuals. And I would have to say, I'm going future. Check out for me when I got that MAC makeup line, when I'm in some movies, when I got my own clothing line, all of that. I'm putting all that in the universe. I'm gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, facts. So you say you try to shoot a visual for most of your songs, most of your big singles?
Yeah.
So you remember your first video? The first video you shot and how that went?
Yes. My first video was for a song called Fly By Night off of my very first mixtape called Kicks Clouds. And we shot that. I had a hotel party. And the reason why I don't drink is because of that. I was 21 years old. I was fresh 21. We was like lit off Ciroc. Like my whole style was like real hippie-ish. I had like a big sweatshirt on. My hair was everywhere. We was jumping on the bed. Like it was kind of on some like skater Mac Miller shit. Shout out to rest in peace Mac Miller.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Always been a fan.
So at what point did you realize people, were starting to pay attention to your music and check for your stuff?
Honestly, I never paid attention to that. Yeah, I never paid attention to it. I just kind of, because I make music for me.
Right.
It's just a benefit that people, and I'm just blessed that people like it. Like, literally, the songs, when I want to make a new song, I'm just like, you know, what feels good to me? Okay, I like this. I'm vibing with that. I don't really think about, damn, are people going to like this? Or should I say this like that? Or, you know, I make music for me.
Yeah.
And I like it, and I'm just like, damn, y'all like it too? That's just a plus.
Yeah, that's what's up. Is it hard to, like, not hard, but is it difficult to stay original and stick to your style? We see, I guess, a lot of other people doing some of the gimmicky stuff and it actually work. Is that a temptation for you to go down that route?
No, it's not a temptation, but I feel like this probably crosses a lot of artists' minds. You kind of do have to find something that makes you appealing. Like, I remember when I first started, I had like one tattoo. It wasn't visible. I knew I always wanted more. You know, eventually, I always knew I was going to get hit up, but it's just like, when I compare myself now to me then, there's definitely more of an appeal, even, you know, like, growing into your own style, clothing-wise. Like, I do think that, you know, you kind of do have to look at what makes you interesting internally, and then kind of be able to translate that outwardly, because that's important. I think it's just important when it comes to just being able to, I guess, like, sell records and be appealing to, you know, all different types of people.
Yeah, so what do you think, like, some of the, I guess, mistakes that some of these young artists that comes out, what are some mistakes you think they make in the game, and how you think they avoid those pitfalls?
I think some of the mistakes are probably, well, one, not realizing, like, it's a long game.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, right? Yeah. A lot of people don't understand it's a long game. Like, sometimes it take people years to get on. Like, you could be grinding for 10 years, and then it's like you ready to give up, and that 11th year, that'll be like your year. You the biggest thing, you know, smoking like ever. So I think people need to kind of not look at music and hip hop as, oh, that's like a quick ticket. I feel like that's what it's looked at now, but you know, it's a lot of us out here who just like live and breathe it, like sit up in our room, write, like that's all we kind of ever wanted to do. Then you got some people that just wake up and they like, shit, I could do that shit. That shit look easy, because you got so many people that just kind of put out some bullshit and then they just blow up. But it don't last. So it's like, think of it, you know, like Nip say, it's a marathon.
I remember last time we spoke, you said you didn't really like when people just use the music as a way to come up just to make money.
Hell no.
Why you think that's a big pet peeve of yours? Because you take it so serious?
I would have to say that. And that's why, same thing with, like, you know, the whole writing thing is like, you got to understand the evolution of hip-hop. Like, you can't, I'm sorry, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm a rapper and you don't write. That just don't make no sense to me. I will never accept that. I just can't.
So you talk about what you want to do in the future, as far as eventually branding out and doing more than music. Yep,
always been playing.
So what advice would you give to somebody, a young female artist that's in your shoes, or was in your shoes, and thinking about pursuing the music full time and taking it serious?
I would say, figure out who you are first.
Okay.
It's always beneficial. Like, you can definitely, you can definitely go along for the ride, but it's just so much easier if you already know who you are, because then you don't have to do a whole bunch of rebranding. Like, if you know who you are and you secure with that, because branding is everything. So, like, branding, having your page look professional, like, I feel like it's your page, so you don't ever have to post a bad picture. Like, all of your pictures should be popping. You the one that's controlling it. Like, you should. Sometimes I go on people's page, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because it's you run it. It's like, you don't have to worry about somebody taking and posting a bad picture of you. It's your stuff. So I would say, always make sure your things look professional, and be choosy about what you choose to attach your name to. You don't have to do every damn hole in the wall showcase. You don't. Do what you feel is going to benefit you and push you in the direction that you're trying to go into. If you want to just be a hood celebrity, then do that. But if you know that you have an idea to cross over into film, or you just see bigger things for yourself, then navigate yourself accordingly. You know, having those like professional photos and putting together a press kit, making sure you always have music and visuals on hand. Like, do your things quarterly in cycles. Always have something to drop hiding in the cut, so you ain't never got to get ready.
Those gems.
And I learned that. That's 15 years of just. I had to go through all the different struggles. Like, I wish I could have had a little mini me to put in my pocket back then, telling me everything.
I think that's what it is for a lot, because there's so many rappers. I feel like a lot of them have talent, but not a lot of them have that direction, or somebody on top of like, hey, yo, man, you need to do this with your page, do that. And I see it all the time, and you know, I hit up people who I tried, you know, hey, bro, you should do like this, and definitely like artists have their page on private and just like little
like
stuff like that, you know what I mean? That block your blessings real quick.
It really will, because ain't nobody got time to be requesting you just so they could hear your song. That's just our attention span is just not built like that, you know. So you got to give people a lot in a little amount of time, you know, so they could like really soak it in and want to get behind you. But I would say those are probably like, you know, the biggest things. And then just be tough.
Be tough skin.
Be tough skin, and just stay focused and do it for you. Remember your why. So if your reason was your child or whatever it is, just remember that, so that you can, you know, just always keep going and just never give up. Because sometimes it might take a while.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
There you go.
Yeah, facts. I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you so much.
Where can people find you at?
Y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook at Muva. That's MUVA Astronaut. Okay. Y'all know how to spell that. I ain't about to spell that. I hope y'all know how to spell that. And then YouTube as well, Muva Astronaut.
And the same thing for the streaming services?
Yes. SoundCloud, Spinrilla, and now I'm on Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, Astro Kyi.
Everywhere.
Find me. Yep, Astro Gang.
I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
All right, we out.
These niggas, they missing it.